Yo, what's good? This is how I lost $350 day trade Nasdaq today. Very unfortunate loss. Like all my losses have really normally been every time I take losses, and they've always been like types of losses where like I always can avoid them. It's like always like avoided losses. Obviously, I guess you could say that about any time you lose, but it's not that it's like the concepts fail me. It's like that the market conditions are bad, and I'm still entering a trade, kind of knowing that like it won't work out, but I'm still just putting that risk in. So I'd lost $350 today. It sucks. I hate starting off the week down. I do have to definitely I think get better at just like when the market conditions are bad, to just stop, like just close the charts and just not trade and not get manipulated by a fair value gap, which kind of was what happened today. But nonetheless, I'll go over what I saw today. So just going into market open, we were obviously bullish. I had a bullish bias because we're close to all-time highs now. We did make an all-time high. Now we're having a small retracement. We were trading in this bullish 4-hour gap. We have this new week opening gap that we have been respecting with Wix, so I thought we would make moves higher again towards the all-time highs again. I didn't really see us moving that much lower since we're at all-time highs. However, now maybe I might have a short bias now, but I originally wanted these Asia highs taken out of today. I wanted these Asian highs out, and we were kind of consolidating kind of overnight all the whole time overnight, and we were trading into this new week opening gap and kind of respecting it like you could see on the 4-hour. So that's what I was going to look for in the market when the market opened. We right when there was no news today, so that's also a thing where I think I should have been weary to enter because it was a no news Monday. This entire week doesn't really have much news, so it's gonna be like kind of improbable conditions. So I definitely have to be weary to enter when that's the case. Um, we ended up getting a sell side sweep right at market open, which it was very nice to see. Um, However, we ended up getting a wick up right after that, and then we kind of started consolidating and ranging all morning. And obviously, when you look on the 1 minute, you see fair value gaps. You know that you could find entries in there, and then you would get stopped out. But during consolidational times like this, when the market just opens, sweep sell side, I was like, so let me back up. We had London low here that I want to take out before reversing the London high. Right at market open, we do get a tiny move up and then a big move down, sweeping the sell side. It's a nice, very good looking sweep, and we start making moves higher. We end up getting this really nice leg up right before the macro. However, we were consolidating kind of all the whole time before that, so I was a little weary to enter. And since we had such a big move up, the retracement, I want to wait for a rejection out of it. So I didn't want to enter exactly at the fair value gap. So I waited to see if he would get a nice rejection. We end up not getting any rejection. We kind of just blow straight through it. So I didn't enter long off there. And then we end up just kind of chopping around. This should have been my first telltale sign to just not enter in the market because, first off, we're consolidating the entire time of market open. Yeah, we swept out sell side liquidity. Yeah, we got a nice move up, but we were just consolidating. You know what I mean? So I think that's where I kind of got manipulated by the market and just saw something that really wasn't true because I saw the liquidity sweep and then we did get a kind of a market structure shift with displacement. But I have to understand like we literally didn't move at all the entire market open until that. And if you look on a 5 minute, it just looks like terrible. Like you could just tell from like another day how much worse today's price action looks like versus another day. So I definitely think that's the first issue I ran into. Um, so I didn't take a long off this, even though this was originally what I should have done. And then after this got overran, I should have, and we went back into this range. I should have just been like, yeah, I'm gonna get off the charts around 10. There really isn't gonna be much of another move, which there really wasn't a move after since then. Then for some reason, I think this was kind of FOMO, but after this leg happened down, we made a higher high. It's very faint, but you can see here we made a higher high, and on ES we made a lower high. So this is SMT at the lows here. So I was like, all right, I still have a bullish bias. Um, Bullish still kind of looked probable. Like we still were sweeping the sell side. There wasn't really any bearish gaps that we were respecting other than like this 15-minute gaps that we've been wicking in. That was only the only really bearish gaps we've been respecting. So I wasn't really thinking too much about that. I wasn't really thinking too much about that. So we got the SMT, and then immediately after that SMT, we like had an insane wick, and then the next candle right after that was an insane displacement up, making a fair value gap right here. We did not invalidate this fair value gap until this candle, and then I entered off the tap into the BPR off this candle at 10:07, and I obviously got stopped out. I was targeting these highs because I thought we got an SMT, we got a fair value gap, we inversed one of the bearish gaps, we're going to go higher without really kind of thinking, well, we did respect this 15-minute gaps, we are making moves lower, we're consolidating. So I think my main problems were, so the market, why is it like this? The market was consolidating all morning. So that's the first step. Second thing was respecting 15-minute bearish gaps, holding price down. And the last thing is what's it called? So we were consolidating all morning. We ended up respecting a 15-minute gap, so that's the next unprobable thing. And um, like we respected the 1 minute gap. We didn't invalidate that, like and we respect 1 minute IFVG. So those are three just easy things to just know that the market wasn't gonna move towards my favor, and I kind of knew that. And the main thing was we were just consolidating all morning. Like we didn't have any really big movement. If I do believe if we wanted to go higher, we would have just respected this gap, and I would have got my entry, and it would have played out very easily. I think that's really the kind of the whole situation we have here. I also think like we invalidated this lower gap, but there was an inversion right here that we trade into and respect, and then we make another move down. Yeah, we end up inversing it and then just chopping, but I think that just goes to being choppy price action. And I also think the last thing that was kind of holding price down is just the fact that it's a no news Monday on a week that has not a lot of news after a week that had a lot of news. So I think that could be the main case of why I lost. However, it's a small loss of $350. As you guys know, my trades are normally a lot bigger than that. So I'm not really too worried. I know one win will easily make all this back and more, so I'm not really too upset about it. Um, but I definitely do have to really just drill into my head that I have to be disciplined to just be able to get off the charts. Even though I'm risking a correct amount and a safe amount where I could trade every day, and if I have a decent win rate, I'll still make bread. But I really do have to keep it in the back of my head that if I don't trade days like this, my profits will be a lot higher. And now I'm down $350 on the week, so I won't make as much this week even if I have wins. So I do have to just go into the next trading day understanding if there's terrible price action, if we have choppy days like this, to just get off the charts. There's better days to trade, and to really just understand, if we do get a nice fair value gap, don't trade it just even if we're in a bearish price range. So that's that. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay tuned. I'm gonna stop. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do yet. Because I am gonna be starting a series where it's 0 to 100K journey. From 2025, I am currently at 10,000 out of that 100K. And I will be including like my trades, but I don't know if I'm gonna leave because these are very educational. So I think I'm just gonna leave these posted, and then like on like a Saturday or Friday, I'll just post those weekly. I think that's the way I'm gonna do it, so I can have time to edit it. So that's that. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Peace.